as we look at our concept of be, do, have, identity, activity, and property, there is a gap in each of these, and the gap is our potential. And so that gap kind of looks like this. If this were our potential, these little circles are our potential, and this is, we're maxed out being all we can be. This is, we're minimized out, we're being nothing we can be. So we got our minimum potential, our maximum potential, our maximum potential, our minimum potential in be, do, and have. And most of us, when it comes to our beingness, we are, most of us are right here, and we feel like we're right here. Right. So there's a big gap between where we are and where we think we are, and there's definitely a big gap between where we are and where we could be. By the way, there is no eliminating that gap, because what happens is, as you fill in the gap, your capacity gets bigger. So that's why that's why personal development is perpetual, never-ending growth. Because you can always be becoming, but you can never become. Does that make sense? You can always be becoming, but you can never become. What does that mean? That means you can never become there, because there's no there there. The journey itself is the destination. You can always be, there's always room for growth. That's what I'm saying. There's always room for growth. And so the question is, if there's a gap in my identity, and in other words, there's a difference between who I think I am and who God knows I am, the question then becomes, how do I fill that gap? How do I fill the gap in my identity? And the way I fill the gap in my identity is through a concept I call intentionality. Intentionality. What's intentionality? It's I am producing with a purpose. Right? I'm moving with meaning. Like, I'm acting out of awareness. I'm not just doing something. I'm not doing the next thing that comes up. I'm not a squirrel. Right? And suddenly he ran off in every direction at the same time. No! I have to become hyper-intentional.